Hello everyone, welcome back. I thought it'd be fun today to talk about a great new release by one of my favorite bands of all time. As far as I'm concerned, the premier power metal band from America, the Pioneers, and that is Chastain, featuring the incredible guitar work of David T Chastain. If you're a fan of my channel at all or watch my channel, you know that I love David T Chastain's guitar playing. I think he's just an incredible player with all sorts of cool ideas and super fluid phrasing. And the band Chastain is just a great band. They release great songs, just great songwriting and super catchy songs. And the vocals of Leather, you don't get any better in metal realm as far as Leather. To me, she's one of the premier metal vocalists of all time. Just incredible. This album also features Mike Skimmerhorn on bass, who's a Chastain mainstay and a great bass player. He also played with David in CJSS. And on these tracks, you also have the drummer Stian Kristoffersen, if I'm saying that name right. If I'm not, I apologize to him. But really incredible drumming, very modern, just tons of technique. His double bass playing, everything's amazing. And the drumming on this album is just stellar and a real standout. Chastain initially got together in 1985 when Mike Varney introduced Leather to David, and they recorded an album called Mystery of Illusion, which is a classic and a review to my channel here. That's been recently reissued on Dive Bomb Records. I really recommend everyone getting it. And they put out a lot of just killer albums in the 80s, amazing albums like Ruler of the Wasteland, The Seventh of Never, The Voice of the Cult, For Those Who Dare, all just masterpieces with neoclassical elements and power metal. Just brilliant albums. I recommend everyone going out and check those out if you haven't. And then Leather left the band, and David put out a few albums out with another singer. And then in around 2012, 2013, Leather came back into the fold, and they put out just some amazing records. This album's a compilation of 3 albums. This is the Surrender to No One. This is the uncut version, which is a little different mix and mastering, I believe, than the original Surrender to No One, but the songs are the same songs, just done a little differently. And then they followed that up with We Bleed Metal, which is a classic. I love this album. And these 2 albums go together like a companion, Surrender to No One and We Bleed Metal. And then David went in and re-recorded the guitar with no guitar part being the same, but just one guitar, kind of a live thing. And We Bleed Metal 17 as a result, and it's just a great album. And this album's kind of a compilation of those 3 albums, and they've been remixed and remastered, and they sound better than ever. I just can't tell you how great this album sounds. I bought the FLAC file of this album, and I've been grooving on it, CD quality, and I just love it. And David's solos on this are super concise and melodic and fluid, and David's just got great phrasing and great ideas, tons of harmonic minor ideas, like the thing I played in the intro. Some of the songs in the album, you have like Surrender to No One, which is just a standout track, super aggressive and powerful. It's from their album Surrender to No One. And then it goes into Evil Awaits Us, which is just one of my favorite Chastain songs ever. It's the thing I played in the intro here. And this version is just stellar. I love it. And David's solo on this is just brilliant. And then you have Deep Down in the Darkness, which is another killer track from Surrender to No One, the great solo. And then you have Save Me Tonight. Now, Save Me Tonight is one of the best songs off Surrender to No One. And it really harkens back to that 80s Chastain with a super memorable chorus and great hooks. And David does all sorts of cool little fills in it. If you're a Chastain fan and you haven't heard the newer stuff, I would start with Save Me Tonight because it's just a brilliant song. Great soloing on that also. Then Rise Up, a real driving song from the album Surrender to No One with another killer solo. Fill My Rafts, another great song. Leather really sings great on that. I Am Sin also. It's kind of moody and it's got a great solo in the middle. And then a real treat on this album is First Attack, which was an instrumental recorded for the Surrender to No One album. I love this instrumental, and David's soloing's great. And if you're a fan of David T Chastain's instrumental variations, I really recommend checking this out because First Attack's just brilliant, and his soloing's great. He's doing all those cool kind of lines and soloing that he did around that era. He really conjures up some of those phrases. And David's got really unique phrasing, and David, he just plays so unique. No one plays like him, and the way he uses harmonic minor scales and his different minor scales, it's real snaky and fluid. I just can't say enough about it, and I love this instrumental. First Attack is just great. It's as good as any instrumental David T Chastain's ever put out. And then we move on to the We Bleed Metal period, and All Hail the King is one of the standouts on this album. It's just a driving and it's great power metal with a catchy vocal from Leather. Great soloing from David. Against All the Odds, again, is from We Bleed Metal. And it's a really catchy song. And the soloing in this one just, I love the soloing on this one. Actually, every song on here has great solos. And it's not just mindless shredding. They're really concise and fluid and part of the songs, and they're catchy. Great tone. I just love it. Secrets Creeping is another great one. And then they do We Bleed Metal, the title track from the album, which is just a Chastain classic. I wish they were playing live. I'd love to see We Bleed Metal live because I think it'd be brilliant. A lot of great soloing. David's kind of doing some slippery pentatonic soloing in some of these solos on We Bleed Metal, and it just fits a track so well, but it's so fluid and unique, and only the way he can do it. It's just great stuff. If it sounds like I'm a big fan of the band, it's because I am. And I just knew these songs so well before this compilation that when I heard them remastered and remixed and rearranged and everything, it just brought out so many elements of the song. It's so easy to listen to, so great to listen to these tracks. They sound so good. I think the last two, I Live for Today and Search Time, were from the We Bleed Metal 17 album, where David went in and just redid all the guitars just with one guitar, and it's kind of like a live album. And both these versions are great, particularly Search Time. David does all sorts of cool harmonic minor stuff. He starts out with this really cool harmonic minor run. Just brilliant stuff. The playing's just stellar. Like I said, the drumming's just unbelievable. The Leather's vocals are always just incredible, and David's guitar playing, what else can I say? I love David's playing. So I just wanted to come on and talk about it a little bit. I've really been grooving on the album. Like I said, I bought the FLAC file, and you can also get this on Amazon and different places, and just crank it up, man. It's American metal. We don't have too much of this anymore, and it's so much fun to listen to. Great playing and great songs, and yeah, jam it. 1321 Chastain, check it out. Thanks a lot for joining me. If you like this, please like and subscribe, and I'll do more. Until next time, have fun picking.